Welcome to Larry's Library. It is the first Sunday of a new month, so it's time for the Sunday Scan. Now, this is the show where I go over the 4 single issues I read in the previous month and show some art from it and talk a little bit about it. And I am still deep into my ElfQuest single issue comic book read through. Now, I am reading the Marvel Epic Line version where they reprinted the series, the original saga, in color. So last month I read ElfQuest, Epic ElfQuest 21, 22, 23, and 24. So we'll get started with 21. This one was called, my notes here, The Secret of the Wolf Riders. And what happens here is Lita confronts the treacherous Winnowill. Check out the gorgeous art here. Cutter overhears the arguing and attacks Winnowill. During this struggle, we learn the true origin of the Wolf Riders' kinship with wolves and exactly what that whole thing is about. I'll show page 10 here also. And then I'm going to show the lower left, page 17. Check this one out. Just great stuff. So, ElfQuest issue 22, the story is called The Fall. And let's see what my notes say. Winnowill finally makes her move against Lord Vol. And about half of the gliders side with her. The other half stay loyal to Lord Vol. She manages to steal Suntop, and she disappears into this tunnel, into those crazy maze-like tunnels that's inside that mountain. Cutter and company pursue, and that's kind of where it leaves it at the end here. Okay, ElfQuest issue 23. The story's called The Awakening, and here we see Lita catches up to Winnowill. And she's pissed. So they struggle, and ultimately Winnowill jumps off this cliff, seemingly to her death. I mean, you know, it's comic books, so is she dead? I'm guessing probably not, but we'll find out. So Lita awakens Lord Vol from Winnowill's sleep spell. And he meets Petalwing for the first time. You know, that little fairy-like creature that throws the webbing everywhere. Petalwing says she can guide him on to the first elves' palace, the high ones that they've all been searching for all this time. Well, Petalwing says she knows the way. So Lord Vol, he flies off on a giant bird, a giant eagle. It's awesome. With Petalwing guiding him. She's right at the front there, and yeah, good stuff. Cutter decides to lead his people back to the forest and abandon the quest for now. He's trying to put his tribe's needs before his own desire to see that quest fulfilled. So he decides he's going to take them back to the forest. And that's how it's kind of left with issue 23. So issue 24, a lot happens. It's pretty spectacular. The story of this one is called The Quest Usurped. Yeah, there is some surprising stuff that happens here because Lord Vol, you know, all this time I thought he was a pretty cool dude, pretty stand-up guy, but in this case he does not take Cutter's refusal he does not accept his answer of no when he asked him, hey, do you want to come with me on this quest to find the original palace, the high one's castle? And he's like, no, I want to go back to the forest. And Lord Vol's like, well, you're going. And he basically forces him. He ties him up, and he takes off on that giant eagle with Cutter right there behind him. And Cutter at the time has some of his cubs with him. The idea was he was going to take him for a little ride, and because the kids wanted to go up on the big eagle, and Cutter was like, okay, you know, we'll do it one last time before we go back to the forest. But it's, you know, Lord Vol's like, no, we're going all the way. And so he's stuck there with his cubs on this giant eagle. Yeah, and Lita's with him too. So they're all there, and they're all atop these great eagles, and they're going. They seem to be getting close to this mythical castle when they're attacked by this band of trolls, and these trolls are armed with some advanced weaponry. They've got these really cool crossbows with great range and great accuracy. Better weapons than Cutter is used to seeing the trolls have. So that's kind of a mystery hopefully we'll get into in the next issues. But at any rate, one of the crossbow bolts goes right through the eagle's breast and through Lord Vol, and it goes down. Now, it doesn't look like anybody's dead yet, although Vol is in bad shape. And then we get more treachery because there's a lot of these trolls, like I said, and they're faster than most trolls. They have better weaponry. They seem to be better trained. And it's a fierce battle between Cutter's tribe and them. And Cutter's asking Lord Vol's gliders to help with this. They turn tail and run. They just fly away, leave them on their own. It's quite a betrayal, and there's a fierce battle. The cover from this one is kind of showing some of that. It is not going well for the Wolf Riders when this stranger appears riding this giant stag. It's really cool. And it's not clear whether the stranger is an elf or a human or exactly what they are. They have this is a really cold area they're in. There's snow and everything's really frozen. And so they have this fur outfit. Well, you'll see in the scan. And so, yeah, we don't know if the stag rider is an elf or what, but this person helps them and pulls them out of there, and that's kind of how it ends. This maybe an elf riding a beautiful, huge stag comes in there and saves them basically, and that's what we're left with at the end of issue 24. So yeah, it was a really good one. This is probably I would say this is my favorite of the month, is 24. Now this series ends at issue 32. So we're getting near the end. We're getting into the last 8 or 9. So yeah, come back next month if you want to see 4 more issues profiled. And I hope you like this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you next time.